What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today's Star Wars Battlefront. A long time ago in a galaxy far away, some of the greatest battles of all time took place. An evil empire fought for total control of the universe, and a small band of rebels kept them at bay. Now it's our turn to take up laser rifles and join in on the action. Electronic Arts has a lot of experience making online multiplayer shooters, but for Star Wars Battlefront, they may have missed their mark. Let's start out by talking about the gameplay itself. Everything runs on a cooldown system instead of having standard ammo. Your gun can essentially fire forever as long as you take short breaks to keep it from overheating. Accuracy is a bit of a mixed bag. Within 50 feet, most things you aim at can be killed quickly and easily, but anything outside that range, suddenly things are pretty much impossible to hit. To solve this problem, you're going to need to play a lot of matches to level up and unlock extra secondary items. You can equip these into your loadout. These are items like sniper rifles, grenades, and even personal shields. Each time you use these secondary items, a cooldown timer starts, telling you how long you have to wait until you can use it again. For something like an explosive, this does make sense, but it's a little bit more nerve-wracking when I can't fire my sniper rifle at a target who's running away. On the battlefield itself, there's power-ups that can be picked up and activated to turn the tide of battle. These can be things like a mounted cannon that'll hold people at bay, or a rocket launcher to use on giant mechs, or if you're really lucky, you may stumble upon a hero power-up. Getting to play as these heroes is probably one of the most exhilarating parts of the game. Each hero has its own strengths and weaknesses that can make him better for certain maps or modes. For example, on this map here, I chose to turn myself into Emperor Palpatine, mostly because since it's such a small map, they couldn't get away from my evil Force Lightning. Strangely, playing as someone like Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader can be almost glitchy at times. If you use their Force Strike ability, it automatically throws you forward 20 feet and does an attack. Now sometimes this is an enemy, and sometimes it'll land you inside of a wall. When you get tired of killing people with space magic, you can try and run on the map and find a vehicle power-up. These are on the field the same as everything else, but using one automatically teleports you to the edge of the map in whatever vehicle you picked up. Controlling these vehicles looks awesome, but it actually has a lot of problems. For example, if I jump on a land speeder, all of a sudden my camera is stuck on the nose of the speeder itself, giving me almost no visibility. If instead I get into an ATST, I am a walking killing machine. Well, until I find even the smallest ledge. It seems they programmed an invisible wall around all gaps, which more than once left me stuck on top of a tiny rock. The developers have boasted that this game would have 12 different maps and 12 different modes to play on these maps, when most of them are actually quite redundant. You have the typical capture the flag, king of the hill, and team deathmatch things, but let's take a look at the 3 game types that are the most unique to this game. By far the most well-designed mode is Walker Assault. In this, the Empire team must escort a giant Imperial walker into a rebel stronghold. This 4-legged megatank is nearly impenetrable, so the only hope the rebels have of hurting it is to capture control points on the map to call down Y-wings that'll bomb it. In this mode, both teams have 20 players on them, giving every match a sense of scale that can be jaw-dropping at times. Running alongside other soldiers, seeing explosions, watching jets crash, hearing cries of pain as lasers fill the air. Moments like this are the highlight of the game and almost make it worth that $60 price tag. When you're ready to take a break from all this crazy ground combat, you can play the mode that is exclusively air combat, called Fighter Squadron. You choose an aircraft and either have to defend a dropship or destroy all enemy forces to win. Air combat works pretty well. You can use a trigger to lock onto whoever's in front of you and then use the shoulder buttons to deploy your different special abilities. I really like that they just cut you loose in this massive skybox. They just kind of let you free roam and blow up what you want to blow up. It's not quite the epic space battles I hoped for, yet it's good all the same. The final game mode I want to talk about is the single player. Now I say the word single player, but it can actually be done with one friend online or split screen co-op if you want to. These are survival based missions where wave after wave of increasingly difficult soldiers try and overwhelm you. To put it mildly, the AI in this game is terrible. The enemies you're going against can't aim at all, and they don't even seem to understand how to walk properly. Sometimes the enemies would literally turn their back to me and just wait for me to line up a headshot. Even when I was playing on harder difficulties, it never had that challenge that would actually make it enjoyable. As a whole, this game does do a few things fantastically. The graphics are stunning, firing futuristic guns feels awesome, and 40-person battles are incredible. And yet, these outstanding features still don't quite add up to a magnificent game. Even at its highest moments, the game is bland and rather flawed. Okay, so we've heard some good and some bad, but let's head to the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving Star Wars Battlefront a 6.5 out of 10. I played this game for a little over 11 hours using EA Access, and in my time I did have fun here and there. Since I played this game early, I don't know how well the servers are going to run on launch day, so let's keep our fingers crossed that the game doesn't utterly crash on day one. This game is worth a rental, playing for a weekend, putting it down and never playing it again, and no matter what, do not buy that $50 season pass, because it is not worth it. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. This has been DreamcastGuy with another review. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.